on out. So here you go. John Messenger, driver of the number 51 car in our late models, to the invocation.
Bow your heads. Lord Jesus, thank you for this great country that we live in. Thank you for all the many wonderful blessings you give us and protecting us. Keep every one of us Americans safe and give us guidance. Lord, in your holy and precious and loving name, we beg you, please. Amen.
Light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
For Bob Ship from Jefferson Hills. And the green is out. Eight lap. Lap heats for the Chargers. Out in front is Bruce Hamilton in the 29, 17 Dave McManus second. Scott Bowman third, Mike Lemley fourth. Jimmy Stokes and Bob Ship. Lemley in the 4 car down on the inside will pass. Bowman's 19 are trying to anyway for third. In the 17 now into the lead. More lap. Dave McManus in the 17, second in the points. The Natke Enterprises, J&J Auto Truck Repair Brockers Machine, 17 will pick up the win. Bruce Hamilton second, Mike Lemley fourth. The 19 of Scott Bowman is fourth. The 04 Bob Ship. Green is out. Sean Castor in the 3 and Rick Broadwater in the 9. It's going to be Castor in the 3 with the lead. Broadwater second, Chantel Germack close in third. second, Rick Broadwater third. The one, Tracy Keller trying to pass Broadwater for third at the halfway mark. Phil Abbott and Jeff Giles are next. To go. Tracy Keller edging ahead in the battle for third. It's John Castro out of Smithton in the 3 ahead of Chantel Gurmack, who's closing in a hurry. Chantel moves to the top side. Final lap. Two. Gurmack again trying to pull alongside of Castor for the lead here down the back straightaway to 3. Coming to the checkered flag, John Castor in the 3, Chantel Gurmack in the 24. Drag race is on and Gurmack's going to win it. Chantel Gurmack wins it by a couple of feet, and Neil Gurmack heating in Monongahela. Beck on the outside in the 60. John Komarinsky inside in the 33. It's Beck your leader. Komarinsky second. Mark Poole is third in the 96. Sean Pill in the 5 is fourth. The 31 of Mark Catone running fifth. Oh, contact between Poole and Pilla. Into the inside retaining wall on the front straightaway. The 96 and the 5 coming together off that fourth turn right at the entrance of the front straightaway. The Hunters Peterbilts. Nagy Gas and Oil, number 5, into the pits. Hopefully they'll be able to get the repairs made before feature time. Mark Poole third, Mark Catone fourth, and Larry Bahana is fifth as the green waves again. Froggy FM 60 of Tommy Beck now opening up a nice lead here. The Rocklight 33 of Komarinsky gets sideways and right in front of the 96 of Mark Poole, hard into the wall. The 33 of John Komarinsky right in the middle of the back straightaway. Mark Demolition Derby was not supposed to happen until after the races tonight. Unfortunately, it's not the wrecks you're looking to see.
Now looking over the number 96 here, Mark Poole. It may not have looked like he hit hard, but he bent everything on that right front suspension, upper control arm. The whole suspension is just kind of flat out laying here. The air box again, once again around the radiator there. And there's a talk to Mark, and they're not sure if they're going to be able to run the feature or not. So this has been a rough heat race here on the drivers.
10 AM WEDO. And if you can't get it on the radio, you can also always get it on the internet at www.speedwayproductions.com. Crowds at around 6:50. They'll run their heats at 7:30. We'll follow that with the other division features and then come back with the Napa 200. Three laps down and 7 to go for this shortened up heat. Not shortened up in distance, just in competitors. in front. Marcatone able to avoid that last melee on the backstretch is second. Larry Bahana running third. Flag is waving this time. 1 lap remaining. Larry Lynn Flooring and Carpeting, Froggy FM, stands transmission 60 of Tommy Beck, picks up the first heat race win. Marcatone second. Larry Bahana third. Clarksburg, West Virginia, the 98 of Neil Brown, last week's winner from Acme, the 25 of Rick Miller from Dunbar, 43 Mike Adams from Portview, the 80 is Nick Durant from Cannonsburg, and the 90 able to make the call for this heat is Marty Panay from Irwin. Green is out. Top 3 in the point standings, all in this heat. Points leader Rick Miller in the 25, the 98 of Neil Brown second, and the 95 of Gary Wiltrout third. And they run just the opposite now. It's Wiltrout in front, Brown second, and Miller third. John Messenger fourth, and Mike Adams, Nick Durant, and Marty Panay. Rick Miller to the inside of Neil Brown in the battle for second. Trying to protect the lead from the 25 of Rick Miller. Miller goes to the inside of Wiltrout, and there he goes with the lead. Wiltrout gets slipping and sliding up off the second turn of the 95. Now Neil Brown will try him on the outside. Thinks better of it at the halfway mark. John Messenger fourth, and Mike Adams fifth, and Nick Durant and Marty Panay. 4 laps to go. Automotive Group, Valvoline 25 of Miller driving off from the field with 2 laps remaining. 4, checkered flag waving for Rick Miller. Gary Wiltrout second, Neil Brown third. John Messenger fourth, 43 of Mike Adams completes the top 5. He's headed up into turn 4 and 3. The main man himself. No goes. Dave Burnell in the 0. Green is out. The drag race is on. It's Marion Reno in front, Dave Burnell second, Todd Price third, Greg Kelly fourth, and Joe Furjanic fifth. Greg Kelly on the outside trying to pass Todd Price for third. Reno leads. Burnell second. Kelly the third. Price is fourth and Furjanic fifth. For second, third, and fourth, the 0 Dave Burnell, 36 Greg Kelly, your points leader. The 96 of Todd Price showing the way is still the 8 of Marion Reno Jr. with 3 laps to go. Kelly on the top side, edging ahead of Burnell down the back straightaway. The pass for second. Marion Reno Jr. continues to lead. Marion's luck is changing after a rough first 3 months of the season here at Motordrome. Your defending champion got his 3rd win last week, is running strong again tonight here in the number 8. The Johnstone Supply, O'Gurmack Heating and Cooling, Tom Clark Chevy, number 8. Less than a lap away from the heat race win. Marion Reno Jr. out of pit care and leads the field off of 4, and he will take the checkered flag. Greg Kelly second, Dave Burnell third, Todd Price fourth, and Joe Furjanic fifth. Coming off of 4. Second heat race for the Belconis Chrysler Jeep Pro Trucks, and the green is out. Dave Merrow and Curtis Stewart Jr. side by side for the lead still in turn 3. Chris Kossel was third. It's Merrow in front, then Stewart, Kossel, Lewis, and Kostelnik crowded into turn 1. Not only has the truck field grown in the number of competitors this year, but the racing's been awfully close. Though Dave Merrow has won the most, he has not had an easy time in getting those wins. Still Merrow ahead of Stewart, the truck rookie, another truck rookie, Chris Kossel in third, another truck rookie, Dan Lewis in the 02, and so is Adam Kostelnik in his first year in the division, the 60. Some new blood into the trucks. Jim Bryce ran here just a couple of times in the modifieds in the number 30. He now getting the handle. Oh, look out. Around goes Kossel and Bryce. Nowhere to go. The caution is out. And the green is out as Dave Merrill's ready to go. He left them behind that time. Dan Lewis trying to take second away from Curtis Stewart. There's contact and Lewis ends up spinning. Train chassis and trim ornament. And the car's by Dave. The Vanuik Racing engine stands transmission 69. Leading the Lenature's 55 of Curtis Stewart Jr. Then it's the Froggy FM 60 of Adam Kostelnik. Dan Lewis from Monongahela is fourth, and Bill Wintruba out of Munhall in the 90 runs fifth. Halfway. Adam Kostelnik in that 60 truck back toward the front as he challenges Dave Merrill. Adam, a former street stock champion. Dave Merrill, our defending champion in the Pro Trucks. Going at it hot and heavy here. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. 2 laps to go. It's Kostelnik taking the lead. Too many times this year that Dave Merrill has been passed here at Motordrome. Curtis Stewart gets a little high in 3 and 4 there, a bit of a push, and Dan Lewis in the 0-2 moving by for third. Adam Kostelnik from North Braddock is your winner. Dave Merrill, Dan Lewis, Curtis Stewart Jr., and Bill Wintruba round out the field. 70, last week's winner of the Big Subway 30, Todd Knight. 13, Chris Vergona. 44, Sean Rick. The 4, Vince Cater. Frank Turek. And the 5, the 98, is Jamie Shipley. 8 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Holder in the 74, getting high in turn 4. Vince Cater in the 4 is third. Sean Rick in the 44, fourth. Frank Turek in the 5 is fifth. Frank Turek moving on in the 5 car, pull alongside of Sean Rick's 44 down the back straightaway. Vergona second, Cater third. Turek fourth. Out in front with a big lead is Todd Knight in the Stans Transmissions TJK Enterprise 70. Chris Vergona, the Pitcairn driver, the Empire Glass, the Sevens Beauty Supply, Al's Garage 13, is second. Vince Cater having a consistent year in the Skips Auto number 4 car from New Salem running third. And Frank Turek, who's battling with Todd Knight for the points lead, trying to pass him for third. And the Westside Lube and Tire, Turek's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, number 5, out of Mount Pleasant. And Frank moves up into the 3rd spot. Halfway, 4 laps to go. Turek moving to second. To go, Todd Knight comfortably ahead of the field. Frank Turek started near the back, has worked his way to second. Vince Cater is third. And Chris Vergonis, Sean Rick, Jason Holder, and Jamie Shipley moving out of the Charger ranks. Now driving what was the 92 car, now 98 out of Portview. Second time Jamie's been behind the wheel of this car. From Monroeville takes the checkered flag in the Subway Street Stocks first heat race. Frank Turek second, Vince Cater third, Chris Vergona fourth, and Sean Rick rounds out your top 5 finishers. 4 is Bill Henry from Vandergrift. The 22 of Robin Rimmel from White. The 7 is Garrett Hoos from Perryopolis. Coming up next will be your Sheets Modified preliminaries. Subway Street Stocks. Check the back of your Motordrome tickets for a special offer from Subway. Redeemable at any of the participating Subway locations. It's been a good year so far for Rich Nicole in the 34. Couple of wins. The Bobby's Lounge, Dare Transportation, Ola Tower View Service. Ford is your leader here in the early going. Rich Nicola in the 34 car with 2 wins. Came back to back, June 20th and 27th. Blank Jr. the 45 seconds sideways. Hang on to her, Donnie, off the 4th turn. Bill Ashton the 35 and the Fike Chevy machine is third. Robin Rimmel trying to pass him on the low side in turns 1 and 2 in the 22 car. Robin Rimmel inside of Bill Ashton. Rimmel to third. Robin, your defending champion out of White's in the Mount Pleasant Napa. Arsenberger Trucking. Huffman's Auto Sales number 22. Halfway, 4 laps to go. By half a straightaway over Robin Rimmel, Donnie Blank Jr., Bill Ashton, Bill Henry, and Garrett Hoos. In car 35 now, nosing ahead of Don Blank Jr.'s 45 for third. One more lap. Pittsburgh into 34, checkered flag waving for Rich Nicola. Robin Rimmel second, Bill Ashton third, Don Blank Jr. fourth, and Bill Henry complete your top 5 in the 64. George T. Nicola in the 15 from West Mifflin, 22 Brian Pickering from Finleyville, and the 47 car of Chris Dodds from Pittsburgh. Off we go. The green is out. The outside outside lane gets the advantage through turns 1 and 2. That's Matt Smith in the 31, followed closely by the 5 of Jim Nicola. Panay to 32 third. Then Scott in the 16, 22 Pickering, 15. George T. Nicola close 6th. Still Matt Smith showing the way, not by much though. The Armory Locksmith S&S Auto Body 31, building the heat from the Colbert's collision. Bobby's Lounge 5 of Jim Nicola. Matt Panay. The Viper M1 Paintball Tuscany Financial 32 being challenged on the outside by the Swissvale Music 16 of Gary Scott. Down and 4 to go. Pickering is 5th. Then George T. Nicola in the 15. Jim Nicola gets a way to the inside coming down the front straightaway in the 5, and Gary Scott pulls even in turn 2, but it's Nicola still second and Scott third down the back chute. 2 laps to go. Brian Pickering moves to 4th in the 22. George Nicola in the 15 is now 5th. As we start the final go-round here, it's still Matt Smith ahead of Jim Nicola, Gary Scott a close 3rd. Brian Pickering 4th, George T. Nicola 5th, and then the 32 of Matt Panay. Off the 4th turn, the Nuclear Banana, Matt Smith will win it by half a car length over Jim Nicola. Gary Scott 3rd, Brian Pickering 4th, and George T. Nicola 5th. Matt Panay is next. 7 is Brian Stevenson from North Versailles, and then the 49 will be Jim Webb from Monongahela. While we're waiting for this heat race to start, we want to send out a happy... Those of you on the front straightaway, little ones, if you had a chance to meet Ronald McDonald, you can do so right now behind the flag stand, right in the heat of the battle. So to 37 and George P. Nicola the 97, racing for the lead into 3 with Bobby Benz in the 60 poised right behind him. George P. Nicola on the outside, edging ahead. He'll make that take sole possession of lead as they race off of 4 down the front straightaway. Urso second. On the outside comes now the 60 of Bobby Benz. Benz, see him sawing at that wheel as he raced off the second turn, but pulls even with Urso into turn 3. Tommy Benz in the 6 is 4th. Brian Stevenson in the 77 is 5th. Automotive PJ Smoke Shop 97 of George P. Nicola trying to get the win here. He's got a couple of heavy hitters. The Sullivan Chevy 37 of Paul Urso, and the Luzader Auto Service Stance Transmission 60 of Bobby Benz. Wheel to wheel for second. The Brockers Machine Froggy FM 6 of Tommy Benz 4th, and Brian Stevenson in the 77 runs 5th. Bobby Benz now moving to second. Benz in the 60 into the second spot as they run single file. 3 laps to go. for George Pinacola. Bobby Benz may be closing in a bit, but he's going to run out of time, it would appear. Urso third, Tommy Benz fourth, and Brian Stevenson fifth. Charger feature is next. Checkered flag for George Pinacola. Last week's feature winner. Bobby Benz second. Look who our starter is. Hopefully the drivers won't get confused with that red hair, and they'll realize that it's the green flag. Ronald McStanner of the concession areas, drop them off at the participating McDonald's locations. Vote for your favorite drivers. The driver in each division with the most votes at the end of the year will be named to our McDonald's All-Star Race Team and get some free food from McDonald's for a year. That's the McDonald's All-Star Race Team. Pick up the ballots tonight and drop them off at participating McDonald's restaurants. Feature time, and off go your Chargers. Scott Bowman in front from the pole. 9, Rick Broadwater, though, goes for the lead. Looks like we got a flat tire on the 29 car, possibly. Bruce Hamilton unable to turn left. Yeah, the right front is flat. He will take the car into the pits. It's Dave McManus into the lead now in the 17. 3, John Castor is second. Rick Broadwater in the 9, the 1 of Tracy Keller. Bowman the 19. Here comes Chantel Germack in the 24. Chantel moves to 5th. Leading, John Castor second, Tracy Keller third, Rick Broadwater fourth, and Chantel Germack fifth. Bob Shipp and Mike Lemley are next. Chantel Germack in the 24, moving to 4th. Into 3, trying to pull alongside of Dave McManus into 17. Oh, Castor got into the left rear of McManus coming off of 4. May have flattened his right front tire. He stops in turn 2. Green stays out. Now the caution is out. Green is back out. Dave McManus looking for his second win. Watch the battle for 4th. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Bob Shipp thought better of it in the 04. Probably a smart move on his part. Mike Lemley moves up to 4th. They're starting last. He's been the big winner. Six wins already this year for the 4 car. Dave McManus got his win back on May the 30th. Still McManus, then Keller, Germack, and Lemley. They're all bunched together here, your front 4 cars. You got the makings of a good finish. Halfway. 7 laps to go. Bob Shipp is 5th. Rick Broadwater, Jimmy Stokes, Scott Bowman, Jeff Giles, and Cliff Abbott are next. Germack going to try the outside lane. She moves up a groove, gaining the ground in turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happens down the backstretch. She's got her rolling into turn 3. Tracy Keller able to close again right on the back bumper of Dave McManus, your leader. 5 laps to go. Germack in the 24. Down to the inside of Tracy Keller, trying to move up to second. Germack to second. Now Mike Lemley tries to pass Tracy Keller for third. And here comes Chantel Germack. Look out, Jeff Giles into 50 just blew up. Here come your leaders. Caution is out. Chantel Germack had gotten by Dave McManus, but that lap won't count. Package of 3 DVDs from Super Value to 2796. Grow from Super Value. Dave McManus, still your leader as the race resumes. 4 laps to go. Chantel Germack got by McManus right before the caution came out, but the lap did not count. Tracy Keller is third, Mike Lemley fourth, and Bob Shipp is fifth. Side, trying to put some pressure on McManus. Lemley now to the inside of Keller in the battle for third. Less than 2 laps to go. Here comes Chantel Germack making a run at Dave McManus down the back straightaway. Chantel with 1 win, Dave with 1 win. McManus still your leader, getting a little high up in turn 4. 1 lap to go. Germack coming again on the inside. McManus pushing high in turn 2, and here comes Chantel Germack to the inside. The drag race is on. McManus trying to protect the inside. She won the heat race coming for the checkered. She takes the lead in turn 4. Chantel Germack's going to make you women proud as she picks up the Charger feature win. Mike Lemley second. Dave McManus ends up third. Tracy Keller fourth, and Bob Shipp is fifth. Some 3M and Super Value and the Twin State Auto Racing Club all will be greeting our winners tonight. All of our feature winners also get a case of Pepsi-Cola and some Snyder Berlin potato chips. How about a nice hand, folks, for Chantel Germack, her second Motordrome Charger win.
We're down there with Chantel, and Chantel, I have to admit, I watched you take that next to last lap on a white flag lap. You pulled right up beside Dave, and you backed out of it, and I was up the top there, and I looked at John Smiley up, and I said, I think if I was her, I'd have left it there, because that may have cost her the race, but he kept pushing up. Did you know that, or was you just saying, well, second's good enough?
I knew he was pushing coming off the corner, and I was waiting for him to make a mistake, and a couple times he jammed the brakes on me to get me a little bit further back, but that final lap, I finally figured it out, and I got past him.
You know, you've been on a tear here. You won last Saturday at Jennerstown, picked up the win here. Your sister even won last week at Jennerstown, and I was teasing Dad, and it might not be a joke too much anymore that he's going to have to put you in maybe a street stock next year and move Renee into this car.
Yeah, she wants to move in, and after winning on last Saturday, all she wants to do is drive his car. She keeps telling me, move up next year so I can drive it.
Poor Larry, he better be selling a lot of heating and plumbing stuff.
Yeah, he needs to.
Let's talk about the sponsors and the crew, Chantel.
Germac Heating and Cooling, Pete's and Gyro Express, Advanced Automotive, Tom Bosnick, the Wizard, he builds the best engines, Adamax Lubricants, Andraco Auto Paint, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and my crew is everyone from Reno's crew, my mom, my dad, my sister, my boss Adam, and I can't forget my boyfriend Adam. And I want to thank you guys for coming out here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, second one of the year for Chantel Germack.
The 6, William Bone from North Huntingdon. The 50 of Ken Dukich from Connellsville. 24, Mike Alexic from Boston. The 1 of Eddie Livingston from Mount Braddock. 14 is Daniel Angelicchio from Greensburg, and the 5 is Bill Oldham from Connellsville. 7 laps. All right, fans, your favorite flyers are beeping at you. Looks like rush hour in Japan.
Blue Dodge Intrepid. Down in the main parking lot, lights on EYC. And Riddle riding down.
Green is out for your American Flyer 7-lap feature. By the way, we got a blue Dodge Intrepid down in the main parking lot with your lights on. EYC 7176. And if you go to the office, or get out of the front ticket booth, Red Miley will run you down in his golf cart. Down in the main parking lot. Where's that? Yeah, I'll just repeat it. Blue Dodge Intrepid EYC 7176. Lights are on. Gene Greco, still your leader. Eddie Livingston in the 1. 32, Dan Jordan, Bill Oldham in the 5. Daniel Angelicchio in the 14, William Bone in the 6. And the 50 of Ken Dukich in the 24 of Mike Alexic. Uh-oh, Dan Jordan at 32, getting a little high. So is the 1 car. That right front tire starting to heat up. Greco in front, 3 laps down. Past the halfway mark this time. Now they're all starting to push. The right front gets hot. The cars don't want to turn left. 3 laps to go. Greco ahead of Livingston, but not by much. Two more laps to the finish. Dan Jordan at 32, close to the wall, coming off that second turn. He's still 3rd. Bill Oldham in the 5 is 4th. Oldham down on the inside, trying to pass Jordan for 3rd, and does. So 1 lap to go. Greco, he was the first American Flyer. He was the only American Flyer for a couple of weeks. He's had the most wins this year. of Scottdale. He will get home first to take the checkered flag. Eddie Livingston second, Bill Oldham, Dan Jordan, D'Angelo Angelicchio complete the top 5.
We're down here with Mean Gene Greco. Gene, did you finally run out of oil? Is that why you had to win tonight?
Yeah, I run out of oil. I had to come back, get some more oil.
You know, I tell you what, earlier in the year it was easy because you were the only one racing half the time. Then we picked up 3, now you got 7. I hear we got a couple more on the way, so it's got to be getting a lot more fun for you.
Oh, it's a blast out there. Having a lot of fun, a lot of great guys to run with, good competition. Really like to thank Red for starting this division down here.
You know, I'm going to ask you a question here. I noticed you got the tail light sticking up in the back there. I wondered if that helps or hinders you, because a guy right behind you there can see when you're getting on the brakes. Did you give any thought to that?
Oh, yeah. They can really psych you out if they hit the brakes a little bit too soon. Then you get on the brakes and they're gone. So you got to just, watch the movement of the car and try to stay even with them. That's all.
Let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out.
Okay, I'd like to thank Napa Auto Parts, Huffman Auto Sales, and my newest sponsor, Flying Bear Trading Post. Also like to thank Tammy Ainsley and Robin Rimmel for helping me. Also like to thank all the fans and Red for giving us the opportunity to run here.
Ladies and gentlemen, 7th win of the year for Mean Gene Greco. Okay, fans, go ahead and take your 50-50 tickets out. It's time for the Smithton Volunteer Fire Department 50-50 raffle. How much money do we have tonight?
$748.
You can pick that $748 up right behind the main grandstands here on the front stretch at the door to the track office. And the winning ticket number is
Falcone's Dodge late model feature on Super Value 3M nights. 25, Rick Miller. 51, John Messenger. 31, Mark Catone. 95, Gary Wiltrout. 96, Mark Poole. 43, Mike Adams. 60, Tommy Beck. 5, Sean Pillas. 61, Larry Bahana. Nick Durant's in the 80. 98, Neil Brown. The 90. Marty Panay. Diane Fertile. From Super Value waves the green flag, and our Falcone's Dodge late model feature is underway. It's Miller out in front, Catone to second, Mark Poole to third, Tommy Beck to fourth, and Gary Wiltrout fifth as they race off of 4. Races out to an early lead. Starting up front, he may be a tough rabbit to catch. Catone is second, Tommy Beck a close third as they head into 3. And they're double file behind those two. Wiltrout on the inside, Poole on the outside. Off of 4, Wiltrout moves to third. And Mark Poole moves by Catone for 4th. Catone is 5th. Here comes Neil Brown in the 98 car, trying to move by Mike Adams into 43 for 6th. Still Beck 2nd, but on the inside comes the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. The Big & Ford Stone & Company 95 edging ahead of the Larry Lynn Flooring and Carpeting Froggy FM 60 for 2nd. Poole is still 4th, Catone 5th, and Neil Brown a close 6th. Neil Brown Coors Light 98 up into the top 5. Running fourth is the Howard Concrete Pumping 96 of Mark Poole. Will Trout now solidly in second, a car length ahead of Beck. They trail the leader, Rick Miller, by a straightaway. Brown now, the 98 car, to the inside of Mark Poole. Brown moves to fourth. Good chance to be your Valvoline hard charger after starting back in the 6th row. Marty Panay about to go a lap down to the number 90. Smoke coming out of the 5 car, Sean Pilla. Sean Pilla in car 5. Starting to throw a lot of blue smoke out the exhaust on the right side of the race car. Black flag for the 5 of Sean Pilla. His night goes from bad to worse. There's some moisture on the racetrack, some oil on the racetrack. Caution is out. Some oil on the racetrack as the 5 of Sean Pilla limps his way into the pit area. Race incident when he bounced off the front straightaway wall.
I'm not sure, Dal, but you know, that's something that always has to run through your mind when something like that happened. They're not sure right now.
Lights are out. We've got 11 laps down and 29 to go. Rick Miller had himself a big lead before the caution wave. Let's see what happens on the restart. He's on the gas pedal, and here they come off of 4. Trout trying to keep pace with the leader. Beck is 3rd and Brown 4th. Poole 5th, Adams 6th, Messenger 7th, Catone 8th, Pahana 9th, and Durantz runs 10th. Neil Brown to the low side of Tommy Beck. The Coors Light 98, last week's winner, moving up to 3rd. Laps to go. Miller ahead of Will Trout. Brown 3rd. Beck 4th and Poole 5th. Brooks Automotive, Valvoline 25. As he laps the 90 of Marty Panay and closes in on the halfway mark. Neil Brown maybe slowly catching the 98 or 5 of Gary Wiltrout for second. Halfway. Marcatone, who pitted during that last caution, trying to work his way back up through the field around the 51 of John Messenger. Not by much though. Messenger gives him a run down the back straightaway. Right ahead, the 43 of Mike Adams. Larry Bahana in there too in the 61 car. So now dropping back is what the problem on the right front of the car is continuing here for McKee Sports Marcatone. Not running up to snuff tonight. Look at this in the right front. I believe a shock is going bad, which can affect the whole weight transfer of the car. Everything you set the scales for, the scale of the car, the percentages will be way off. More laps. Marty Panay being black flagged in the 90 cars. Some rubbing on the right rear of that car. I want him to go into the pits, the 90 car. Miller laps the 80 of Nick Duratz. Wiltrout still second. Brown third, Beck fourth, and Mark Poole fifth. Now off the pace. The Edie's Ice Cream, John Eagle 31 into the pits. Calling it a night. Laps to go. Miller a half a straightaway ahead of Wiltrout. Neil Brown not far behind in third. Back a ways to Tommy Beck in fourth. And here comes your fifth place car in the 96 of Mark Poole. Battle continues for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mike Adams, John Messenger, and Larry Bahana. Those three racing for position. And the leader closing in. Could have some traffic to contend with for Rick Miller. These guys are running just outside the top 5, battling for position as he closes in. Contact in front of your leader. Caution is out. Miller, Wiltrout, and Brown get through. Lights around, here they come. Rick Miller back on the gas again. out, trying to stay within striking distance here. And Neil Brown in close third. Rick really hooked up there in the middle as he puts that hammer down, taking off. Able to get on the gas maybe just a little bit quicker right now, right there from the corner, middle of the turn off. Laps from the finish. Miller's lead grows some more. Trying to pick up his 5th win of the season, had his points lead, and possibly move up the ladder in the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series Atlantic Region standings. Two more laps to go. Flag signaling the final lap. Valvoline Brooks Automotive 25 from Dunbar, his 5th win of the year for Rick Miller. Gary Wiltrout 2nd, Neil Brown 3rd, Tommy Beck 4th, and Mark Poole is 5th. 100 and 2nd in the Tom Clark 150, and he'd like to be one better and right there with you again next Friday. The Napa 200 next Friday night. Super Value and 3M folks. Twin State Auto Racing Club will be joining the winner, Rick Miller. If you'd like a videotape at a night show or any of our racing events, see John Wirtz from LJ's Video, and John's tapes are also for sale down in the souvenir stand here at the racetrack. Have a nice hand, folks, for Rick Miller.
Hey, fans, we're down here with Rick Miller, and Rick, I noticed in that heat race, a lot of guys are complaining that the track was real greasy and sliding around, and you pass Neil Brown, you pass Gary Wiltrout, same spot coming out of turn 4. It looks just like you can make a left and stamp on it, and those guys were pushing up and sliding around. I think the handling on this car was what won this race for you tonight.
Oh, absolutely. The handling made a difference. We took notice the last week. The track was in about the same condition, real greasy and everything after the rains. So we had a whole week to kind of prepare for that, watching the storms this week, and figured we were going to have the same type of congestion. So fortunately, the crew made the right call and adjusted the car perfect. I could just go anywhere I wanted to.
You know, talk about adjusting the car. The long-distance races have kind of been a thorn in your side. You've been fast, and your car tends to fade right around lap 80. You got a 200-lapper coming up this week. Have you talked with your brother Dave about any kind of adjustments you can make to maybe get a little bit more out of a set of tires?
Yeah, we've been talking about it, and we've been looking forward to having another crack at one of the long-distance races. Seems like we've been close both times, but no cigar. And hopefully, this time we can make the proper adjustments. I think we're headed in the right direction, so we'll see what happens next week.
You know, if my memory serves me right, you've won, this is your 5th win, but it seems to me you win the week before the big race every week, so you'll have to start 12th next week.
Yeah, well, one fortunate thing about that is starting 12th on a 200-lap night is, at least if I can't make it to the front in 200 laps, we'll never get there.
Talk about the sponsors and anybody you need to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Brooks Automotive Group, Steve and Judy and Steffi Faust, Valvoline, Precision Chassis, Left-Hander, Diamond Wheels, and Ultralight Brakes. And the fans, hey, great night racing. Glad to see a few more people coming out here. Tell a couple more friends to get some more people out here. We want to have the stands clear full of you people. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5th one of the year for Rick Miller.
G Pro Truck feature on Super Value Employee Nights, the Ram Night as well. Green is out. Dave Merrow leads. Curtis Stewart and Dave Burnell wheel to wheel for second. Second, Stewart third, Adam Kostelnik, who was real quick in his heat race tonight, moves up to third now in the 60. Curtis Stewart trying to pull back even down the back straightaway. Merrow still your leader, Burnell second, Kostelnik third. Stewart and Greg Kelly are next. Kelly, the points leader, down on the inside, moves up to fourth. Look who's coming forward in a hurry, the 8 of Marion Reno Jr. And your leader, Merrow, gets high into turn 1, and Dave Burnell now has got the lead. Stands Transmissions, Texas Roadhouse 0. Burnell moves by Merrow. And here comes Adam Kostelnik to the inside in the Froggy FM. AD Auto Wrecking number 60. Merrow continues to get high in the middle of the turn, and Greg Kelly moves up to third. Van Forest Products 36 third, Marion Reno Jr. the 8th, the O'Gurmack Heating and Cooling Chevy, the Tom Clark Chevy 8 up to fourth. Stands Transmission 69 and Merrow drops to fifth. Dave's got a bad push getting in the turn. If he's got a tire going down or brake problem or something, but it just seemed like it's gotten worse and worse as the race goes on here. Adam Kostelnik challenging for the lead, as is Greg Kelly and Marion Reno Jr. Once again, the trucks put on a very competitive race. Double foul out in front. Kostelnik goes for the lead, and he's got it in turn 4. Stewart now in the 55, moving by Dave Merrow for 5th in the La Natures. The 55, the Cars by Dave 69 continues to have a handling problem. Greg Kelly moves to 3rd, Reno's up to 2nd, Burnell drops to 4th. Kostelnik is on the point. Kelly now right on the back bumper of Marion Reno through turns 1 and 2. We're coming to the halfway mark. 10 more laps to go. Caution is out. Kostelnik, still your leader, but Reno breathing down his neck. Off of 4. Adam trying to protect. No contact between those two. Look out. Curtis Stewart missed that. Todd Price missed him. And man, how that didn't end up being something real ugly, I don't know. Still. Green is back out. Still Kostelnik with Greg Kelly in second, Dave Brunell third, Curtis Stewart fourth, and Todd Price fifth. Goes to the outside and Kostelnik down the back straightaway into turn 3. Through 3 and 4, up high is Kelly. Kostelnik down low, and it's Greg Kelly, your leader. Into turn 1. Greg able to run up the racetrack, gets a little too high, and here comes Adam Kostelnik back alongside down the backstretch. Dave Brunell still third. Todd Price goes to the outside, trying to move up to fourth. It's Kelly by about 3 or 4 feet that time by. He gets on the gas quick in turn 2 and uses that outside now to take a two truck length advantage into 3. 6 laps to go. The points, inherited 1 win. That's been it so far this year. He's been very consistent, hasn't had those DNFs like some of the other drivers have. Now Dave Brunell inching closer to Adam Kostelnik for second. Adam's truck looks like it's getting a little tight, wanting to push up the racetrack, coming off the turn. To the finish. Greg Kelly trying to pad his points lead. Dave Brunell and Adam Kostelnik battling for second and third, with Todd Price having a good run in his first trip to Motordrome. He's fourth right now, the 96. Curtis Stewart Jr. looking for a top 5 run in the 55. Here they come off of 4. It's Brunell second, Kostelnik third, 1 lap to go. Down the back straightaway, the race for second, third, and fourth. The Fayette Forest Products. Kessler Lumber 36 of Greg Kelly will get the win. Dave Brunell second, Adam Kostelnik third, and Todd Price fourth. Curtis Stewart fifth.
Fans are down to Greg Kelly. Greg, I know you always look forward to these interviews.
Oh, not really, but I'll do them.
Hey, you know what? You came on about the middle of the season last year, picked up some wins. The wins haven't been coming, but you've been so consistent, top 5 every week. You have a bigger lead now in the points, and the point title really seems like it's yours to lose right now. Do you think about that at all?
I try really not to.
Just go out there and run your race and be consistent.
Yeah, just run every week as hard as I can.
You know, you got on the outside. Adam was able to go around him, and you know, at that point, did you feel like you had to race one, or were you just trying to hold on?
I was just trying to be smooth as I could and run my own race after I got around him.
You know, after you got those first couple wins, and we see this a lot with younger drivers, it seems like you realize now that you do have a truck that can win, and you get that confidence, you can be a lot more patient.
Yeah, you got to takes patience sometimes.
Let's talk about the sponsors and anybody else you need to thank.
Well, I'd like to thank D&K Sales and Service, Kessler Lumber, Fayette Forest Products, Mount Pleasant Auto Parts, Bobby Henry Automotive for the setups, Jim Osborne and Neil Brown for help. Especially like to thank Kenneth Kessler and Chuck Kessler for giving me the opportunity to drive. And I thank the fans, and I'd like to thank my pit crew.
Anybody else?
That's about all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, second one of the year for Greg Kelly.
Have you guys here, and again we appreciate your support of MOTORDROME Speedway, and we hope to see you back here.
We'll be here every year that you invite us. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay. There you go.
35 Bill Ashton, then last week's winner, Todd Knight. 74 Jason Holder, 7 Garrett Hoos, and the 98 of Jamie Shipley. Frank Turek is your Subway Street Stock. So if he's to win tonight, he will certainly have to work for it. Green is out. Blank Jr. had the lead. Chris Fragona now to his inside with Rich Nicola right behind him in a 34. Robin Ribble up to 4th, and Frank Turek may be 5th. He will be this time by the first lap in the books. Fragona still in front. Nicola's 2nd now. Blank on the outside. As Robin Ribble trying to pass him for 3rd as Rich Nicola tries to take the lead away from Chris Fragona. 34 Nicola will take the lead coming off of 4. Ribble to 2nd, and Frank Turek trying to follow him to 3rd, and look who's right behind Frank. Last week's winner Todd Knight to 70. Nicola to 34, 22 Robin Rimmel. Battle for the lead. Frank Turek a close 3rd, and Todd Knight on his heels in 4th. Chris Fragona, the early race leader, is 5th. Blank is 6th. Ashton to 35, and Rick in the 44. Racing for 7th. Robin Rimmel now into the lead. The Mount Pleasant Napa Arsenberger Trucking, Huffman's Auto Sales, 22 is your new leader. The Bobby's Lounge Dare Transportation, 34, Rich Nicola follows him tightly down the backstretch. Then it's the Turek Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Sechrist, Used Parts, Westside Lube and Tire 5 of Frank Turek. The Stands Transmissions, TJK Enterprises, 70 of Todd Knight. Rimmel still your leader. Rich Nicola 2nd, and now Todd Knight trying to pass Frank Turek for 3rd. These two are not only the leading winners, but battling for the points title. Rimmel gets high again, way high. Still in front, not by much. Nicola trying to pull even with the 22 of Robin Rimmel. Rimmel might have still been your leader that time through, but not by much. And now it's Nicola showing the upper hand in turn 2. Todd Knight is 3rd, and Frank Turek, the Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant, now 4th. May have been Nicola leading that time. And this one's back and forth, lap after lap, side by side. Nicola, your leader again. Halfway, 10 laps to go. Knight's just sitting there in 3rd, and Turek a close 4th. Chris Fergona still 5th. Robin Rimmel a little better through the turn this time on the outside. Let's see what happens. He'll be your leader this time by in the 22. Nicola edges ahead through 1 and 2, and Rimmel pulls back even down the backstretch, and now moves back in front into 3. Nicola pushes up. Look out, the inside lane is open. It's Robin Rimmel in front now, almost by car length into 1. And Rich Nicola pulls dead even. In fact, moves ahead by a nose in 2. And now here comes Robin back on the outside. Knight 3rd, Frank Turek 4th. Going to be a fun one to drive. So far it stayed pretty clean. Rich Nicola and Robin Rimmel wheel to wheel with Todd Knight right there just chomping at the bit. Turek 4th. Rimmel still your leader by a bumper. Does Todd Knight have enough to try to make it 3 wide? You got to commend the job these guys are doing. They're really going at it. Lap after lap, both at the top of their game. Robin Rimmel, Rich Nicola. And don't forget about the 2 behind them, Todd Knight and Frank Turek. Now Turek trying to get alongside of Knight. It's been the best race of the night. Four laps to go. Every time Rimmel gets the lead coming through 3 and 4 and down the front stretch, Nicola moves back in front in 1 and 2, and Robin trying to do it all over again. He gets a little higher this time, and now Nicola's got the upper hand. But here comes Rimmel. It's Nicola your leader with 3 laps to go. Todd Knight trying to help them both down the backstretch. Nicola now leads by car length. Trying to protect that inside and race for the lead at the same time. Now Robin Rimmel back on the outside, pulling alongside down the backstretch. Just over a lap to go. Bill Henry in the 64, not far ahead of the leaders here. Rich Nicola still leads by a car length with 1 lap to go. Whoever's going to win it, they're certainly going to earn it. It's been a heck of a battle. It's Nicola now by a full car length, his biggest lead down the backstretch. Todd Knight right behind him. Here comes Robin Rimmel trying to give it one more run on the outside. Off the 4th turn they come. Checkered flag in sight for Rich Nicola. Rimmel 2nd, Knight 3rd, Turek 4th. Great race. Bill Ashton will get 5th in car 35. Thumbs up to those 2 gentlemen. They did one heck of a job racing hard and clean. Rich Nicola and Robin.
Maybe playing a little possum, waiting for the crash that never came.
Bobby's Lounge Air Transportation, Ola Tower View Service 34. A heck of a win. Certainly worked for it. Fortunately, we didn't get a Subway Street Stock Challenge whenever you saw a heck of a race. How about a nice hand, folks, for Rich Nicola.
Rich, are you out of breath?
Yes, I'm out of breath. But first off, I want to wish my wife, whose birthday was yesterday, a very happy birthday. This is definitely for her. And she's like my biggest sponsor on this car. And I want to thank my whole crew, Marshall Smith, Mike Rock, Keith Senaway, who's sitting up in the stands, Jimmy Nicola, the whole Nicola race team, the Penn Racing team, because they've been lending a hand with us this year. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Dare Transportation. I'd like to thank Ola's Garage. Hold on, I got one more I know.
Go look around the car, I'll wait for you.
There's only three of them. Dare Transportation, Ola's Garage, and help me out. Who's the other one? I can't think. Anyway, I want to thank the fans. Oh, Bobby's Lounge, of course. Mark Bloom. Holy cow. You got to cover.
I don't have it covered up. They covered it up. Don't blame me.
Listen, thank the fans for coming. I hope you had a great time. And I'd like to say hi to my nieces, Melissa, and oh God, come on, help me out.
I don't know her name.
Melissa and Tina, and Melissa's best friend, Kim, because I was supposed to say her name last time. And like I said, thank everybody for all the help. And that was a great race. I want to thank Todd Knight, because he definitely gave me the extra couple of shots to get me past Robin, and Robin drove me really clean. I'll tell you, it was a good race.
You know, Rich, I have one quick question here before we let you go, and that is, last time you won by that much on the last lap again. I mean, when you win, it's at least exciting.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, these guys make it exciting, because I know Robin's tough, I know Todd's tough, and typically Frank's tough, and I'm sure he was right there. So it was definitely a good race.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, second one of the year for Radical Rich Nicola.
Thanks, guys.
Sheets Modifieds next, then Demo Derby time. Lights are out. Super Value Employee Night, 3M night, Sheets Modifieds, and we're racing. Jim Nicola in the 5 is your leader, trying to follow up what his brother Rich did earlier in the previous race. Brian Pickering second, Bobby Benz is third, and Matt Smith fourth. Smith in the 31 on the outside trying to get by Benz, but Bobby on the inside trying to get by Brian Pickering for second. Through 3 and 4 they come. Benz passing Pickering for second. George T. Nicola in the 15 to the inside of Matt Smith in the 31, trying to move up to fourth. And he'll make that pass in turn 4. Benz now closing quickly on the 5 of Jim Nicola, your leader. Scott now moves into 6th. Bobby Benz trying to take the lead from Jim Nicola. Drag races on down the backstretch. Scott gets out of shape in turn 2. George P. Nicola moves up into the 6th spot as Bobby Benz is your new leader. Zader Auto Service stands transmission 60. Jim Nicola second, Brian Pickering still third, then George T. Nicola, Matt Smith, and Paul Urso. So to 37 on the low side of Matt Smith into 31. It moves to 5th. Mark, things are crowded for third on back. Out in front, it's Bobby Benz and Jim Nicola ahead of the field. So it's a bit of a push in the middle of 3 and 4, and Matt Smith is back up to 5th in car 31. George T. Nicola trying to pass the 22 of Brian Pickering for 2nd. Goes to the outside. Makes a run at Pickering again down the backstretch. If Brian's got enough meat and potatoes in the middle of the straight to keep that 22 in 3rd. George P. Nicola moves up to 5th following his dad, George T. Now trying to pass his dad. Into 3 and 4, father and son, son and father. George P. Nicola has come from 12th to 4th. Now trying to pass the 22 of Brian Pickering for 3rd. 5 laps to go. No catching Benz and Jim Nicola. Bobby Benz and Jimmy Nicola way ahead, straight away ahead of the 3rd place car. Paul Urso and George T. Nicola wheel to wheel for 5th. 37 and 15. Bobby Benz trying to get his 2nd win of the year. Bobby 3rd. I believe in the modified points race. He is 14 behind the 5 of Jim Nicola, so he would gain 2 points on him if they finished 1st and 2nd. George P. Nicola now has separated himself from those behind him, running by himself in 3rd. Brian Pickering still 4th, and now Gary Scott is the latest to try to take that 5th spot in the 16. And he gets pinned behind a lap car. Going to ruin that bid for him. He is stuck behind the 49 of Jim Webb. Here come your leaders. Bob Bench Jr. gets the win. Jim Nicola, the points leader, will finish second. George Pinacola from 12th to 3rd. Brian Pickering 4th and Paul Urso 5th. How a nice hand, folks, for Bob Bench Jr.
Hey, fans are down here with Bobby Benson. Bobby, that car just looked like you could put it wherever you wanted.
I tell you, in this modified division, if you don't start up front, it's a battle.
Let me tell you, there was a heck of a race behind you, 3rd through about 8th. You were just glad you weren't back there.
Yeah, it's nice starting up front for a change. First time all year.
And you're right. I mean, this division, there's 8, 9, maybe even 10 cars, I think, that can win a race. And the starting position here has become just crucial.
This is the most competitive division here. You got 10 great race car drivers and 5 that are right around the corner. It's anybody's race.
You know, and like I said, you can't say it enough. You've been a big supporter. Like I said, over half the cars have Stan's transmission on it, you and your dad. And, you know, you're one of the ones that helped grow this division. So you have to feel kind of proud for that, too.
I really enjoy the division. We try to help as much as we can. And, I mean, the truck race with Adam, Todd, and the street late model, it's great sponsorship, and the guys are doing a great job for me.
Let's talk about the sponsors on your cars and anybody else you need to thank.
Well, tonight I got to give special thanks to Harry Luzader, Luzader Auto. It's his motor that won the race. I mean, anyone can win with his motor. It's just fabulous. The chassis, left-hander, they support me 100%. The car works great. The Viglione family, everybody, my dad. Most of all, my wife tonight, she's home sick. This one was for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Bobby Benz.
Down to 5 is the 17 of Robert Ashbaugh, the 43 of Charlie Eagle. Can't answer the bell. 1 after 1, you all yell go, okay? Here we go. In 3, in 2, in 1, go! Oh. The hits are a lot harder on the blacktop, obviously. Oh! Todd Hallett in the 316 using the front side, which is usually something you don't see. Oh! This may be the shortest demo derby in the history. There we go. Tim Rankin in the 69 are pulling away. The 00, Walter Trubiani driving away. So is the 1X of Todd Davis. The 2X of Larry Atkinson may be done, along with the 316 of Todd Hallett. Is done. Larry Atkinson broke his stick. He is done. Looks like the 316 is done as well. Todd Hallett's been sitting for a long time going nowhere. Oh! Todd Davis in the 1X putting it to Walter Trubiani in the 00, and here comes the 69er of Tim Rankin. We're down to 3. 000 is done. Walter Trubiani will be your third place finisher. 00 will be your third place finisher. So it's down now to Todd Davis in the 1X and the 69er of Tim Rankin. '69er of Tim Rankin still able to move. Not sure about the 1X of Todd Davis. Rankin gives him one more shot. He's climbing out. He's done. So we got a winner. 1X is second. That's Todd Davis. And Tim Rankin from Smithton in the 69er is your winner. Folks, we thank you for coming out. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, next week is the Napa 200 for the Falcones Dodge late models with feature events only in the companion divisions. We also will have time trials for the late models at around 6:50. The heat races for the late models will start at 7:30. Let's go. Pits department on the back of there. You're getting a lot of cheers here from the fire crew.
Yeah, just basic.
Have a lot of fun?
Yeah, I had fun building the car.
Hey, you had fun building the car. Looks like it might be good enough for the next one we have.
If you have one here, or Fayette.
Okay, let's try your winner, Tim. Good job. We worked all night.
Next Friday night.